The story of my middle school and high school life actually began in the spring of 2009 when my life drastically changed. For the 7 years I lived in Boston, my dad's job required long hours and a lot of traveling. With me getting ready for 5th grade and my sister starting third, my parents agreed that my dad would quit his job and find a new one somewhere else that would allow him to spend more time with us. When we thought about where we wanted to look, options like Texas and Minnesota came up. In the end, though, we all knew what the final decision would be, coming back to our birth state, where I lived the first 3 years of my life. When we got here, I went through my 5th grade year without really knowing anyone, as well as not knowing my place. That all changed when I was finally able to play football in 6th grade. Back in Boston, football was nothing. There was never any significant youth football leagues or middle school teams. Getting to come here, where football is loved, really meant something and changed the way I lived. I developed a competitive trait and a love for playing it. In addition, it opened the door for me to start wrestling. Being involved in football made wrestling, a sport that requires similar technique and grind, a possibility and a huge part of my life. Beyond me, one of the main reasons why my family came back here is our extended family being around. I get to see my grandma, aunt, and uncle on my dad's side more often now that trips to Cleveland are much easier to plan. However, there are some cons. I'll never forget those Thanksgivings with my Uncle Rick and Aunt Val, who were some pretty unusual people to say the least. And how could I forget my cousin Rick, who I kind of look at as a bit of a loser. Do I feel bad for saying this? Yes. Seriously though, I hope I'm not living in my parents' basement at 28. Reflecting on this change, it's so hard to think about what would have happened if we had gone somewhere else. Imagining life without these things, in addition to the friends here, is a very deep thought. This can be viewed as a result of a decision with insane effects. There are consequences for every decision you make. There will be great ones and less satisfying ones to every choice. Every path you take will have different results. No matter what, you'll never know what will happen if you had taken a different one.